Alright, so everyone, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to drop this short little video. A few days ago I did a video on BEARDO getting copyright abused by Mark at Spectral Paranormal. Now, this is just like a little update video stroke recap thing. Obviously, like I did before, for the newest video to get you all up to date, I will put the link to Real Evidence's video in the description, and if you go to that channel you can hear everything that happened, because he's had copyright strikes put on him as well, which were unfair, which have now been reversed and rescinded, so he is now in the clear and his channel's in the clear. Now, regarding Mark at Spectral Paranormal, he won't get the credit from BEARDO for doing this, but he has actually manually removed the strike that he put on BEARDO, and that was from a BEARDO reaction video. Now, BEARDO used the actual fair use and fair dealing policy, as he does every single time he reviews a video, and that is how you are protected. You don't have to worry about anybody and their content. You have free use with the fair use and fair dealing policy to critique, react and base your own opinions on that video and everything else that you're watching, as long as it doesn't cause damage to the channel or the owner of that channel for the brand. So if you're out there to react to a video and you're doing it so that it will ruin the reputation and damage the brand, the owner and the channel, then that's not in the fair use policy. If you're reacting, critiquing, transformative, educational and a few other things in the videos that you're watching and reacting to, that is all within the fair use policy. So there's no reason why anybody should actually have any issue with anything that people do reacting to their videos. But some people, they don't like things that are said, they don't like being called out for being fake, and the first thing they do is they abuse the copyright system, and that is not what it's put in place for. Copyright is put in place for content creators and their videos and content, so that they are not stolen, transformed by somebody else and made into their own style of things, and they're profiting from it. That is why the copyright system is in place. If somebody went to a channel, took information or a video of any sort from a channel and palmed it off as their own and profited from it, which many people have done in the past, that is against the copyright system, and you have the full authority to use the copyright system for that purpose. That's what it was put in place for. It's not put in place for somebody who has a disagreement with somebody who reacts, critiques and puts their opinion on their videos, to use that system for that purpose. Now, the unfortunate thing that happened after that was when Mark removed his actual copyright strike, which I think personally was the best thing he could have done. Not that it's going to go down well with BEARDO anyway, and they're not going to be the best of friends, and he's not going to reach out and say, thank you Mark, you did a really good thing, you know, it was really nice of you to take that down. You're not going to get that from BEARDO, Mark. You've done enough damage by using the copyright system in the wrong way, and quite frankly, even though taking it down, you're not going to get any appreciation or anything out of it. But you did the right thing, which in my opinion you should have done way earlier. In fact, you shouldn't have even done it at all. But the moment you done it, you should have realised, oh shit, maybe that was a dick move, maybe that was a bad move on my behalf, and I should have immediately rescinded it, but you didn't. You took so long to do it. Alright, you've done it now, but you're not going to get anything from Beardo, and that is probably what you were hoping for, that you would get some appreciation and a thank you, and the hatchet would be buried and you and Beardo would be okay again. But that is not going to happen. But after Mark took away his strike, Beardo had another strike, which was with the other strike that was given to him before from Ghost Club Paranormal, and he went to 3 strikes again. Now 4 days ago he went live. I'll put a link to that video as well, where he addresses the whole situation himself on the channel. And yeah, he explained everything on a live, and I've never seen Beardo like that in my life. The man was somber, silent at times, and it was not the Beardo that we all know and love, and this really had affected him. Now, I was shocked when I watched a bit of that, because I saw that it was him going live, and I thought, it's all over? What the hell? And I went and watched, and as I said, I've never seen Beardo like that. Somber, quiet at times, very emotional, talking about the effects that it could have on him, his channel, his family, and everything as well. And honestly, for a man that has said many times in the past when reacting to videos, and he's received the toxicity and the hate and everything else from all the channels, and not only the channels that he's been reacting to, but the fans of those channels and other people. Now, as I've said numerous times, people don't realise that Beardo collects information like people collect stamps. He's got a cabinet probably full of screenshots and everything else, and I've said this before, should he need them for any proof to YouTube, if he goes to them to say that he's going to take action against a channel that's done this, or if he's going to do anything outside of YouTube and it goes to court or whatever, he's got all the evidence there. So really, the only ones that can come out of this worse are the channel owners and the people who follow that channel that go over there and give all this hate and everything else. Now, what I was talking about a moment ago is, for a man like Beardo, who said the videos he reacts to, it's like water of a duck's back. He's not affected by any of the channels or the fans or the hate and the toxicity and everything else that comes his way, because it's all part of being a debunker. It's second nature. People are going to disagree with what you say about the videos, and unfortunately it's come to the time now where people are, going to be so upset that they abuse the copyright system, and this is something that shouldn't happen anymore. And if YouTube don't act, then this is going to set a precedence to anybody else that thinks, if I have a problem with this debunker or this channel that's reacted to my video, not a debunking channel maybe, but something else, I'm going to use the copyright system, just like Mark at Spectral Paranormal did, just like Ghost Club Paranormal did. And when it sets a precedence, after everybody starts doing it, YouTube lose control of how to deal with this, because it is becoming more constant. And this needs to be nipped in the bud right now. These channels that abuse the copyright system and try to strike other channels to silence them because they don't like what's been said, they need to be dealt with by YouTube and prosecuted properly. This will then send a message to other channels that think they can do this if they have a problem, and they'll realise that that is not the right direction to take. The other sad thing is, not a lot of people actually contact a debunker. There are ways to contact them and other people on the channel, because their information is mainstream, because they're a personality on the internet. So their information is floating about everywhere. but they don't contact the people to talk to them about their disagreements, have a sensible chat and end it there. It's constant abuse of the copyright system, and it's something that shouldn't happen anymore. So I hope now that YouTube will start to actually monitor the channels that abuse this, realise its abuse of the copyright system and is not being used in the right way, and reverse the strikes onto the channels that give it to the other channels because they're upset with something somebody said. That will then teach them that this is no longer the way to go. This, as I said, will teach other people in the future that you don't learn from these channels that have done this, that that's the right way to go. And hopefully this can all get sorted soon. Just to end, now on a good note, Beardo's channel has now had all the strikes removed. Unfortunately, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you watch this video, that they've been overturned, rescinded and struck back on the channel that put them there. I don't think that's happened yet, but that is something that should happen in the future should anybody, small, big, channels, whatever you are, decide to abuse the copyright system. And if your channel goes, you've got nobody to blame but yourself for doing such a stupid thing. So anyway, that's where I'm going to end. So congratulations, Beardo. I just want to end by saying congratulations on getting all 3 strikes taken off. I'm so happy that your channel is still going. Obviously, as we all know now in the previous video, if you've seen it, that Beardo's content is going to very slightly change because of the situation that he faced before with the strikes coming from these other channels. Yeah, so again, Beardo, congratulations for having the strikes rescinded. I'm glad your channel's back. I'm glad you can continue on your YouTube journey and, you know, continue your monetization, continue all your great content, and I wish you and your family and everything all the best for the future. And lastly to note, just to say, please do not go to any of Ghost Club Paranormal channels, Mark at Spectral Paranormal or anybody else, and start giving back the hate, the toxicity, the nastiness, the hateful comments. That it is not needed. And we as communities are way better than that, and we don't need to drop ourselves to the level that some of these people go to. So yeah, please don't go over there and, you know, do anything, say anything, leave any nasty toxic messages or anything like that. It's just not worth it. And the other side of it is that you will only get yourself into trouble by doing this as well. So that's another reason why it's not worth doing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you think about everything. As I said, descriptions to Beardo's channel with the live to explain all this that happened is going to be in the description. The link to Real Evidence's channel will be in the description as well, and both of those will give you far more detail and more to take in on the situation than I've just given you here. This was just a short little video. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, help support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care of yourself out there in the world, and bye bye for now.